Hey, thank you so much for joining us for our Tuesday devotional today, whether you're watching on YouTube or one of our social media pages. We're just really happy to have you here with us. And we have been following these kind of studies where we've been taking a book of the Bible and doing a couple parts on it. Today we're just doing a one single video, and that's because we have some really neat stuff coming up for Lent. And, Lent's a 40-day period. I didn't want to start a book of the Bible, have Lent hit, and then 40 days later be like, hey, remember when we did part 1? And so that'd be so far off. And so for this single devotion, we're going to do short and sweet. And today's going to be just a reminder of why the Bible is still relevant, why it matters today. And we just did a big study in the book of Ezekiel, so we're going to surprise, we're back in Ezekiel, and we're going to talk about what I would say is one of the lesser known Ezekiel prophecies. I'll admit, first, to be honest, I definitely forget about this one all the time because it comes right after the dry bones. And so I'm sure whether you're a Christian, super religious or not, you've heard of the dry bones, because there's a song about it. I'm not going to sing because if you know me, I'm a terrible singer. But so after Ezekiel does this famous prophecy where he speaks to the valley of the dry bones and everything, comes another very strange prophecy about 2 sticks. And so I went back. I imagine Ezekiel had these huge, mighty sticks and everything. I just found 2 dinky little twigs. It's cold out. I didn't feel like walking around trying to find some sticks. And so God says, and we're in Ezekiel chapter 37. And he says to Ezekiel, God says, take a stick and write for Judah on it. And then take another stick and write on it for Joseph. You can picture Ezekiel almost looking silly. Just as I look silly, I'm standing here holding 2 twigs. Ezekiel was probably standing there holding 2 mighty sticks, one saying for Joseph and one saying for Judah. And in the Bible, it literally says in verse 18, and it says, when people say to you, will you show us what you mean by these? So even God's anticipating saying like, hey, people are going to think you look weird walking around with these 2 sticks written on them. And then God goes into this big prophecy, and it's, if you're familiar with the Ezekiel story, ancient Israel was one country, and it was split in 2. And so each of the sticks represents a half, and it's God saying, I'm going to call these people, I'm going to reconcile these people, they're going to be combined. Just like these sticks are supposed to be combined, these 2 nations are going to become one nation. And so this prophecy might look silly, it might be like, man, some ancient prophet walking around with 2 sticks does not matter to my life, but it does. And the Bible is filled with a lot of amazing teaching points. And today's just quick, straightforward teaching point is that of unity. In America right now, when I open the internet or anywhere, I feel as though America is so divided. We don't know how to disagree with each other. We don't know how to simply get along with people on any issue. Why is the Bible relevant? It's unifying. God says, hey, you will be one people. You will be combined under my love, under my unity. So if you're sitting there like, man, why should I even bother with the Bible, with this Christianity stuff? When it is lived properly, correctly, rightly, it combines, it unifies, it brings people together. It shouldn't be something that is divisive. I promised a shorter video. I know I'm getting long. I think I get excited talking about the Old Testament and why it matters in the Bible and why it matters because I think it's important. And I hope that my excitement carries on to you. But I'm gonna end it there. A way that the Bible is so relevant for your life right now is a huge message of the Bible is about unity and oneness and combining under Christ and under God's rule. And I think that is something practical wisdom you can take. What does being a Christian in the 21st century look like? It looks like unifying. It looks like bringing people together. So there's a really quick, simple video, simple message out of Ezekiel that we should be combining people by the way that we live our Christianity. And we'll see you in the coming weeks for our Lent study. Thank you.